And that brings us to number 6, wireless networking. We're talking about both Wi-Fi and its precursors. So obviously Wi-Fi's got to be fairly new, right? Well, the foundations of Wi-Fi go back to the 70s and even before. So in the late 60s, we were seeing ham radio amateurs setting up wireless networks from point to point between their ham radios and actually sending packets back and forth. But in 1971, the University of Hawaii launched ALOHAnet, which was the first commercially used, in a university sense, wireless packet data network where they were linking computers from different islands via radio. So they used this novel use of radio access protocol, which they called Aloha, to transmit data over UHF radio. This was a precursor to Ethernet and Wi-Fi.
Once again, it was a massive collision of technology. What was the time gap on this one?
26, 28 years from the time of the early 70s to when Wi-Fi started to become mainstream, the late 90s to the 2000s, with the release of 802.11 and its various standards. But the biggest barrier when it comes to Wi-Fi is actually the regulatory hurdles that go out there, because we're talking about radio spectrum, and for the most part, the various agencies. So in the United States, that would be the FCC, but there are other agencies that control the various frequencies going through the air, and that's what is the biggest barrier. So for example, with Wi-Fi 6E and Wi-Fi 7, opening up that 6 gigahertz spectrum was a tremendous amount of negotiation with the various agencies. And I'm going to try to get this word out right because I always mess it up. But when you release an access point and you want to release it in various countries, it goes through what's called homologization. And I messed it up, but I'm going to leave it in, and I'm not going to bleep it out. I'm not going to say it again.
Thank you. Homologation.
Yes. But that is taking something that's been approved in the United States for FCC and then going to each other country that you want to sell that access point and getting their regulation agency to also approve it. And it is a long process. It costs money, and some cases it's a rubber stamp, in some cases it's not.